Okie dokie. Bit of a headache. Um, it's a new day. It's a new day, and we have a new mechanic as of last night. Thanks to Jack Lance for suggesting that I add in non-stickable, movable things. I think that's a very sensible suggestion. It's so easy to get stuck with like your idealistic view of what the mechanic should be, but if they don't work, they don't work. Yeah, this should be better. Also, yeah, I was definitely getting a bit sad about everything yesterday. Nothing was quite working out. Also, I've booked Friday off work, so I'm less like time pressured. I can sort stuff out then, which means I can probably stop at a reasonable time tonight and actually sleep, which I think will be good. Anyway. Now that I have this, that means I can update my existing levels, or existing level with boxes in. And I can simplify it, because I was adding a lot of detail just because, like this ended up very noisy. If I just make these instead, then I don't have a lot of the problems I was avoiding. I mean, still have most of the problems I was avoiding, so I still have to do it. Just you can't stick to them, so we're good. Like that bit's still necessary, that bit's still necessary. The main thing I changed is just that I shifted this down, didn't I? And I had to. The problem is I couldn't get this to work very well without like removing space, so I couldn't stick to them. But this is basically it, right? I think I need to keep it basically as it is. But put this in. Maybe I don't need both of them. Right, because the thing is that I can't get these without using the other block. So if I go down this way, then I am very stuck. I can't go around that way, and I can't grab these in any way, can I? How would I? They're stuck against there or there. I can't grab onto them now. That's the key thing. I cannot grab onto them and do anything with them, which is very good. I can drop them in the water. I can then get that one along there, but still I can't get it. So the thing that I have to do is go through here, lift you up, take you that way instead. Like this. Oh, not too far. This. Put you there. Oh, after I've actually done this bit. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure I can do the rest of this now. You can be the one that goes in here. Oh, not there. Go there, we go back up, and then push you that way. Cool. And that gives me the freedom to approach that from above, which I do like this. Now this one is the one that goes in that space. Hey, and now I can go this way, now I can go this way, and go up here. Cool. Cool. Now, so why am I doing this? I'm doing this to get a block from inside here. Maybe I should neaten some of this up. A lot of this needs to be like it is. Because there's no real reason for that. That's... Yeah, this will look better once there's art in it and everything. Like I think it'll be fine. Okay, so I want the goal of this to be that I'm getting over here to grab something that's here. Why do I want something that's there? To get across somewhere. I think I'm going to get a multi-block here. I guess that's the plan. To take this way, I guess. Back out here. Like this could be an area that you come into, you get something from, and you leave back out. If I had like a 2-block here, would I be able to push it over this river? Be able to nudge it to there. I would not be able to get behind it though. No. Well, if this is like a double river, well, I wanted that to be enticing as like a place to put this. But then for you not to be able to get a 2-wide block, I guess, is the trick I want here. And one way to do that is to force you to have to push it against the wall. Or get it stuck. Right, if it were here, it will look like it's quite available. It won't actually be. Left, there, and there. Actually, this will be quite available. Realised. Is that right? No, other way around. That. Is it available? So if I go in there forwards, I end up pushing it that way, and then it's against that wall, and we've got a problem. If I end up going this way, and then pushing it there. Yeah, that's not available at all. So this is going to be how I extract something out that way. However, this still doesn't solve that problem. I can't go backwards in there and get it right. I still end up pushing it against the wall. Unless, of course, I could lift that up somehow. Can I lift that up? If I go backwards? Maybe not. It's impossible to lift that up against that. Think about it. So I'd have to be in one of these two spaces. So I'd have to be like wedged in here or here. I can get there, sure. Around. I got this, like that. That. Oh yeah, but then it goes up there. I actually don't think I can ever fill that in. Unless I've like an approach from the bottom. I can't, so I think this is safe. You have to use that to get these. And then with those, bridge that and that. Okay. Then once that's out here, turn around. Here. This, that, this. That's done here, I can do this. out. Push that up. Up there, this can go be this one. That's cool. Cool. And then this one is the one I am taking out. This. Oop. Through here. And then I still can't get this. Well, unless I make it possible to... Oh. Could make it so that there's just a hole there. Yeah. Perfect. Try it again. Backwards, so I can turn around there. Back. Push this up. Here. Yeah. There, we can go in here. We can then grab this if we turn around backwards and go like this. There we go. So I want to not have to... Okay, this is going to be a problem though. How do I then get this any further? Push it that way, that's the problem. I mean, I could just use it over here, I guess. I like the idea of having to take it back through, like this being its own little peninsula. That sparkling water is very flat. Taking it back through there is not going to be... Unless I make more space for myself. Maybe I could, like, how much would it ruin things to add extra 2 spaces here? Well, what does that do to the maneuvering that first box around? Probably does allow me to get that now. Top. Is that not already possible? That to the top? Is it really not? I guess it's not. Against that wall. Let's push it away from that wall. If I push it away from that wall, then I have to be on the other side of it. Because I pushed it there, and therefore I can't get it up again. And the way to get those ones at the bottom is to use this. So yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Does this change anything about how I do this bit? Very slightly. Maybe I just don't need that open anymore. Come in here, do this. Start that way. This way. Yeah, I probably don't need that anymore. Okay, let's just see. Then I think in theory at that point I have the ability to take this back out this way. Oops. Not that way. Although actually, that would also do it, wouldn't it? Oh no. Because now I can get through here. Is there any way to stop that from being allowed? You're there, and we'd have a region of 6 here. We'd definitely be able to get up there. I mean, I could just require a nudge. Really that problematic? Especially now that I've probably got time to animate it as well. If I do push it along there, then I can't. Yeah, that's probably fine. Probably fine. Okay, so this, like this, backwards. Down here, do that with it. This. Turn around, do that. Put that there. Do that and nudge it. Bring this out. No, I can't take that down that way and do anything useful with it. Instead, I'm bringing it this way. This. Oh, interesting. Now that that's there... No, but I can't go through that space. Yes, I can't go through that. So, yeah. I have to do this in order to get into that area. Go this way. Then grab this by turning around, going this way. You like this. And then bringing you out. Okay, cool. That's that bit done. So back to just introducing things to push. Introducing things to push. Let's just get rid of this stuff because I don't think I'm really much with that. Introducing things to push. I would quite like to just demonstrate that things can be pushed and then can be nudged around the corner. Especially the nudging around the corner, that really needs to be demonstrated. Like, can that be demonstrated all with one thing? Oops. So I have a block. It's in my way, and it gets to a place like this. Then I have to come in backwards. Give myself a place to turn around. Do that. Can I then require that I also nudge it now? No, not really. Unless I do something like this. This backwards. Da, da, da. So that goes there. Or let's say when I push it there, say it's in the way somehow. It could be a case of, okay, well if, okay, we set up a situation where we can't get away from this wall. So pushing the thing down in that space is actually the most important thing to do. How can I set that up? Because in this situation, I can't get away from this wall. I never have opportunity to, except like over here, where I do. Then what if pushing this far, or further than that even, that far, is a problem. And pushing it down there is a problem. That forces me to realize that I have to come into this backwards to do this. Because I could think coming in here this way. Then turning around. Has to be here to do it. So I have to be already backwards doing this. Which somehow, okay, that lets me come here and do this. Okay, hold on. Some more stuff here. I'm imagining, what if there's it's another block that this is like interacting with. If I push it any further, it interacts with it in a bad way. I guess that block would have to be there. But I'm going to nudge it anyway, aren't I? Okay, hold on. I could easily make that a bad thing, right? Push it any further. If it's against a wall or something. And then I also have to bring that one like that. Then water, water, water to help me spin around. Bring that back up. Pushing that there is gonna be bad, is it? No, it's not. You can always just recover this one. Yeah. What if I need both of them? I get both of them from this position. That's stuck. It's stuck. What if I put them both against that wall? Do that. Okay, well, if this is just a puzzle about keeping both of them. Could be that coming in here backwards is the natural thing to do, but then coming in here backwards is fine. Yeah, there's not really a puzzle there. Okay, let's think about it properly. Let's do it in terms of each deduction that you'd have to make in order to get both of them or get one of them. Okay, so it could just be a case of like that's against the wall. Obviously, to get that away from the wall, you'd have to come to this water. Right? And then push that down and then come around and grab it from the other side. But the obvious thing that's going to happen is that we're end up pushing that into that space. Then we don't have access to that anymore somehow. Somehow that's the thing that's going to happen here. To have two spaces on every row. Oh, and then drop everything down one. So that can go to there. These here. Do well, that's like this. By going there means I'll never get either of those. I mean, that's a pretty simple function. In which case, then avoid that. Go in this direction. Where am I? Forwards. Can't help it. I have to go there. If I make this open, I have to go backwards in order to avoid pushing that into that space. And I can probably get each of them. Maybe not. Hmm. Another thing I want to do is, can I set up a situation where I've got one block? This can be the bit that teaches you that you can pull them away from the water. Got one block. I'm going to do this, let's do it horizontally. E, Q, with a block. And I want there to be some water that I have to cross, but then also for there to be another block against some other water. You have to make sure that, well, so it's going to look like this block is the one you would use to cross the water, but you have to learn that you can recover the other one. Next to the guess. Guess. So, it could just be a case of like that's against a wall. And we can just set it up so that that's not possible to get away from that wall. But by using it, we can recover a different block that is against that wall. Yeah. And like I want to cross some water this way. I mean, it's kind of obvious what I have to do there. Is it even? Yes, okay. Have I just lost focus? I mean, what if it's not just a straightforward push to there? Okay, so what if it's a turn? It needs to still not be possible to get you away from this wall. What happens if I... two spaces in here? Because obviously I can get away from this wall. If I put two spaces in there, I can fish that back out. Unless I do it... No, as long as I can get my butt into that space, I can always do that. True. Or is it true? It's pretty true. Yeah. Idea. What if there's water here, here, not here? No, also there, not there, water. And there's going to be another one of the blocks is going to be here. Maybe there's more water than this. Something like that. Let's make this wall. Wall. And to begin with, that'll be closer over here. Have more clearly distinct things. Invert this actually, so you go there. This is not going to be the way to do it. Like, there will be a path around, but it will be non-traversable. Because you're an elephant, and elephants are terrible at moving. Of course. That's traversable, but then you can't actually get, well, you can just turn around on there. But I'm going to prevent that. Obviously an easy way would just be to put a wall in. Oh, well, that's the right thing to do. Duh. You come in and you can't actually go and get that thing. Even though there's actually going to be land right there. It's always too easy to accidentally do the right solution here. Hey Marcos. How are you doing? Well, there's the pink. So yesterday I got very stuck designing puzzles that weren't easily broken. And the reason they're easily broken is because of the trunk pulling mechanic. And I went around in circles trying to think of like how I could deal with that. Do I try and design puzzles that can't be broken with the trunk mechanic, which is really difficult, or do I just not enable the trunk mechanic until later? But even then, the later puzzles would still be really hard to design. And eventually, Jack Lance suggested that I just have boxes just like the other boxes, but they're not grabbable with the trunk. So even if you did know at this point to do this, it doesn't work effectively. And then later on, puzzles will have some of the grabbable things and some of the non-grabbable things mixed together, which I think makes sense. I then got kind of stuck also trying to think of what the metaphor would be for that. Like, why can I grab one of the types of things and not the other? Trying to think of objects that would make sense. I think I've settled in my head on the idea of them being like cargo containers that you would have on like a ship, like shipping containers. I don't know why they're going to be in this elephant's jungle, but that kind of makes sense from it. Like they're metal, so it's hard to grip onto. It's not like a tree trunk that you can grab onto. They're like metal and kind of smooth, and they would float because they're full of air. And they would be heavy, but maybe not as heavy as an elephant, assuming they're ancestors' bones. Well, so the problem is they also need to be rigid bodies. Like they need to be like weird shapes and stuff. But then why would a shipping container be weird shapes? I guess just a box is easy. It's an easy thing to stick in. Yeah. Elephants are one of the few animals that actually mourns the dead, aren't they? They have like funerals for their dead. That would be too hard to like convey. If like I had an L-shaped one, what would the art look like for an L-shaped ancestors' bones? Furniture. Classic Marcos answer. This furniture. This is not safe, Robert. I mean, it would be silly. It would definitely be silly. And fun. Anyway, the puzzle I'm doing right now, the thing I want to try and suggest is that people put this there to go and get this, but then they can't. So actually, you have to learn to do this trick. Although, of course, right now you could just easily not need that. So, you think why you need this one in particular? I mean, I guess I could just make it too wide, and then there'd be good reason for it. Indeed. Furniture is a very easy thing to fit on a grid. Can we name all? How do you enable disabled trimmer? I'm gonna leave it in. So now that these boxes are here, I'm gonna leave it in. If somebody discovers it early, then it has no effect because in these early levels it doesn't do anything. I'm gonna make it so that only when you get to the part where you need it does the instruction come up to say, "Oh, press X to do this." So, I mean, if people discover it early, they can play with it and see if they can figure out what it might do later. Okay, reason for this one, as opposed to just the one that I've already got, which is already in that row, and I can get in that row. The reason is going to have to be that it's a different shape, right? That has to be it. I think so. Like, I mean, I could just make this 2, and then have you be like a... Oops, delete the whole thing. This. Wait, no, that potentially breaks things if I can do that. Yeah, that easily breaks things. So, I mean, I could just do this though. Then how do I get it away from there? This is lifting up. I mean, it could just be that the water goes to here. Oh, what would be quite fun is if there is a way across with only one thing. You can't get around the corner. How would I do that? I mean, that's similar to this. I think I do too many like red herring type things. But the solution is gonna be that you do that, as opposed to, well, okay, right. That makes it worse. That makes it impossible now, right? Yeah. Best I could do there is go down and push that back up a little bit. I still can't get it. And if I come in this way, then the only way I can get behind that is to go like this. Push it against there. Well, I could do this. And what? Bring it back down again. I'd have to do that, and that's a broken state. That's kind of interesting, actually. Let's get rid of this. That's unnecessary. So then the thing you'd have to realize is that you actually have to come in this way backwards, which I can't do right now, but if I could. I could be backwards. Oops, don't go off the edge of the level. Going backwards, I could do this, come around this, and do that. Wait, no, I don't want to go that way. What am I on about? This is not what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna make it go there. Right, that's the solution. Is it kind of terrible that all the space is down here, though? Just as a red herring. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I prefer more the idea of getting access to this to do what you need to do. Makes it impossible to grab the other thing. It's not too far away. Let me think about it a bit. In fact, let me go get a drink. Okay, I feel like the more fun thing to do with this kind of puzzle, where I'm like teaching that you can pull the thing away from the wall, is that the player ends up putting it against the wall. So there's going to be this conflict of, I mean, if you've not played Steven Sausage Roll already, there's going to be this conflict of, I don't want to put this against the water because then I can't get it anymore, but actually you can. In which case, what does that look like? Maybe I should just make an area of water. With some land in the middle. Okay, so I want a situation where we end up pushing a block against water necessarily in order to do the thing. I'm going to put some walls in. It'll all be water. Feels wrong for that not to be ground. You get in here, after the first bit, which way are you walking? You're walking backwards necessarily. Well, it's not going to be connected directly to there, I don't think. I guess what I'm going to have is a bridge that I've got to cross, which might be too wide. A very specific bridge position. Then I mean, they have a very constrained duration. However, I don't want it to be there. So the goal is to force a block to be against the water's edge, which I could do quite easily. But also make sure, okay, so in this situation you can't have a block up here. In fact, you can't have a block in the corner either. Even if there's water there. So if there were a block here, that would get forced to the edge immediately. Well, okay, but that's there. That shouldn't be there. Maybe there. I want that to be required, but then I also want to be at least a little bit of trickiness to It'd be nice if the reason that has to go there is to get a different block. How could I force that to be the case? Well, I mean, if there were just another block there, and the bridge we were trying to make was here, and this were water or land? Water. I mean, and then I can also open up some of this as well, so... Well, if I came in here backwards, I would be screwed. Just turn around and swipe them down. And what if I can't get behind there, but I can get behind if I push it down like this, then that one goes, and that one goes. Something like that. But slightly more interesting, ideally. These start off this configuration. And if I was coming in the other way around, I'd be able to push that down, but that would be bad. So I'd have to do that. Yeah. It's not particularly complicated, but needs to be. That's another option that I could do there. That's less interesting, right? Yeah. Maybe. What if you... Okay. If you were there, then it's necessary to pull you away from that wall. To get to you, I have to go around that one. This is more interesting. I want this back here. You have to do it sort of twice. Get to you. Push that against that wall. In fact, let's do more. Let's do that. In fact, I cannot get you. Can I? I can get you. It's a more interesting puzzle. I think. Bring in here forwards. I mean, no, it's not that interesting, is it? Because I can just do that. Hold on. What if I couldn't push you down, though? That's necessary to get that, isn't it? Or is it? Never push one of them against there, so you'd have to stay there. Oh, but I can also just do that. Is there a reason this is water? Why isn't that just a wall? How can I get you back after that? Can I get you back after that? The answer is no. I don't like you being already against the edge. That's my issue with that. Because it just telegraphs, oh, it's okay for the thing to be against the edge because you have to get it back. Whereas the accidentally putting it against the edge is more interesting. So if that were already in position, obviously that's really very simple now, but they make it so that it's required to put you here. So what would the deduction be to say that, oh, that has to go there? Well, because I need to record some other piece that I need to stand in this position. Why would I not just push it in the water? Why do I still need that around? That's the question. So putting you there is actually going to be bad. Because I can't think of a reason to need it around. Right? In which case, we need to change this entirely so that actually you're actually like here, and the corner is there, and the bridge we want to cross is this one, not there. So you are here. The reason you end up there, the reason I want to push you that way is to get you out of the way. So that I can come down the path here, I guess. But then that could just pull you away with that. It'd have to be a wall. Oh, that's quite fun. So I cannot take you that way from here. So I have to go down here. Oh, I quite like that. So this will be both the place that you're supposed to come down, turn around, but also the place where you're supposed to bridge. It's like, well, I just got to take that down there. Well, I can't. What's that land for? No reason. So you come around here, turn around. This. Yeah, that's kind of interesting actually. I quite like it. This is a forwards only. Forwards only. Beginning. Okay, cool. That's all right. Okay. I make this feel more open than it is. Also, if you weren't like right there, this could potentially be more interesting as well. Like if I brought you in. Because I inevitably have to put you there if I'm facing forwards. Anyway. I need to make it not possible to get to the top row. Therefore, any amount of turning, if I could walk backwards or walk upwards, would be bad. Like it wouldn't be bad to have just like one open space there. At the most you can do that. It also wouldn't be bad to have one open space. Yes, it would. Yeah. Might feel like you want to come in here backwards, but you have to come in here this way and then turn around down here. Yeah, that's fun. A nice little thing. Okay. What was I doing here? What was this thing? That was just a test. That can go. That didn't work out. I've got that thing, which is for later. Oh yeah, I was going to tidy this up a bit, wasn't I? Because I made it bigger than it needed to be. Let's expand you. I don't need to see you anymore. Okay. Because I brought all this stuff down because I was worried about how to connect them. I bring it back up again without breaking stuff. Yeah. Basically that. Could that be water? I need it to be not possible to get either of these, whereas this lets me get one of them. Yeah, so no, that can't be water. That has to be a wall. I'm going to fill in more water later on. This is going to be like, there's going to be lots of water. So I can do it just decoratively, but okay. There's this, which is good. I'm happy with this one. Even put two things here, right? So then it's not enough to turn around. Let's align them a bit offset with this. Okay, more. So that could be the one that where you first grab a thing from the side. There's going to be one afterwards where you use one block to be able to grab another block from behind. Sure. How do I force a nudge? need to figure that out. Just to teach that it's a move that can be done, because it's probably the least obvious thing that you can do. So if there's a corridor of some sort, BQ, and there's a box here, and you have to nudge it. Why do you have to nudge it? Give yourself space to turn around. I mean, that is a very simple way to demonstrate it. Maybe that's good though. What would be nice is if you had to do that and then get it back. In this position, you are stuck like that. If you do that, then you can turn there. So let's say there was a way to get that back. Like right now, I'm still required to push that way in order to go anywhere here. Yep. But I mean, I could make it so I have to push it further. And there's space here to the right. All that space? I need all that space, do I? Do I? Yeah? Like that move needs to be taught. So why not force it like that? Like there's no other option, and then not that you have to then get it back. I'm overcomplicating how I get it back though. Can I make that more constrained or more interesting? I have to turn like that afterwards. I can't allow turning upwards because otherwise I could have nudged it a different way. So I have to turn like that afterwards. Then just do this, do that. Can I make that more interesting? I mean, I could also teach the water thing here. Right? Two in one go. Or do something else there. Because this was also sort of doing that as well. Yeah, maybe I'll try and think of another way of doing that. Okay. Ooh, that needs to be actual space. Oh, okay, hold on. So it's easy to think that like, oh, a space isn't necessary because I'm not seeing myself turn through it. So I'm like, oh, I don't actually need that space, but of course I do because I'm turning. If I bring that down, this all needs to be free. Certainly doesn't need to be land. Oh. If those were water, this would also be doable. maybe slightly more interesting because then you have to turn back on yourself. Have to turn yourself, you have to turn back on yourself here, get to here, and then I could just make that water as well. That's kind of nice, I think. So backing yourself, do that, turn around, that up. Yeah, that'll do. Would you say that's gotten better or worse, Jack? What's your feeling on that? Like, is simpler nicer? Or, like, simpler is often nicer, but then... I guess the thing now is because there's no line there, this feels like it's quite as interesting. I mean, maybe it is. Yeah, it's the same, really, isn't it? You can't push that further any further down. It's pretty much the same, just with the having to turn backwards here. The having to turn backwards, is that like interesting, really? Oh, I need to get better at deciding what's actually interesting or not, because like there's already been puzzles around having to turn around. Like, it would be interesting if going forwards or if going backwards somehow felt wrong and then actually turned out to be the right thing to do. That's not what happens here. It's just like going forwards is obviously the wrong thing. Okay, well, what if I make it less obvious that going forwards is the wrong thing? Like if somebody just goes like this, like how would that work? I mean, it could just be by having more water. If in doubt, more water. That's all right. And you're taught that. I don't mind that. That looks all right. Okay, cool. Okay. What if I came in there backwards? That would ruin it. So forwards only. Forwards only. Nudging. Oh, I actually also quite like the idea of making that land, because it doesn't give you enough space to turn around in. Yeah, that's decent. Okay, cool. Any real reason for that to be? No, not really. So this could just be one nice little bit of C. Cool. I quite like that. Now, I need to fill in the gaps. I quite like this way of doing things where I like That's like teaching about nudging. I haven't done basic pushing yet, but like that's halfway between basic walking and then nudging, right? And the basic pushing could just literally be push a thing into water. Nothing more interesting than that. Also, somebody could learn in this bit that make things, or I could have taught that already. Maybe I could teach that already. I think it'd be nice to have a little pushing section, then this. This could be the thing that ends up being the first water bridge. Okie dokie. There. Oh, even more fun. Even more fun. Why don't I just take it back the way I came? Hehehehe. Always good to have to backtrack. Well, no, that's not true. That's not a statement that should be taken absolutely. Oh, in fact, could I force? Nah, I can't really force that. That's fine. I've already done one nudge. I don't need to nudge again. So it could just be that there's a water over here. Going forward is always less good than going backwards. Well, that's not true. They can go backwards. It's almost the more obvious way to go. It very much is the more obvious way to go. How can I make having to turn around be relevant? What can I do going forwards that I can't do going backwards? Turn in the same space. Actually, quite a lot. So, what if? What if? Turn like that. And that's water. Also water. About this for a second. There's only coming through here forwards could I turn into that space. So hold on. That. Okay, I'll figure out what's going on with that in a second. But this down, push that back, push that up. Right here. Most obvious thing is to go that way. We actually want to go this way. Step down here for whatever reason. I mean, that's easy enough to give a reason to. Oh, but if we're going backwards, we could also just do the same thing. So forwards, let me do that. That backwards, lets me do basically the same, but with less space. Let's just make it go backwards. We don't need another do I go forwards or do I go backwards puzzle. Not that interesting. So the way you come into this place could be like that. E, Q. If I do go forwards, then I can't do it right. Would quite like it to be that if you go backwards, it doesn't work out. And one easy way is to do this. Bring this through here, you're like, wait, no, backwards is still fine because I could just do that. Yep. I want to add another box to this. It could be that this is which way is around can I turn down here now? This. That. Don't mind too much about that stuff. Okay, hold on, I want to that though. Shut down. And the problem is it's gone too far. I have to go, oh no, like this, down here, around, and then I can't do anything. Of course, that's also open. This I can't do with around down this way. Around there, yeah, that's nice. I like that. I like that. That's nice. Okay. Cool. Nice little bit to have to maneuver around. When do I do the water? I guess that is the water. That's the first time you have to put a thing into water. Okay, so then very basics of push and don't get stuck. Very basics of push and don't get stuck. You. Oops. Well, so I know I'm going to be coming in backwards for this bit, so let's make use of that. Don't get you stuck. Ooh, could we make it so that this is a necessary move, but this is bad? How would that ever work? We could just step back here and do this. Yeah, what's the difference between that? Here, I'm pushing that backwards, and stepping here, doing that, then doing this. Alternatively, I'm doing that now, this. The difference is that I haven't used that space in this version. This one I have used that space. With that, I mean, can't really make that necessary to do at the same time. I can make that bad. It's the less obvious move to do. It would be bad if there's room for it to move into. Make that unnecessary. Or even to have to do it from the other side, that would be kind of cool if you had to loop all the way around them. And then do that. Or even, I mean, yeah. Why would that ever be necessary? Or to do it the other way around as well, that could be another thing, is that we provide water here, turning the other way. what would the reason be I wouldn't just be able to do that independently? I guess if that were water. This were water. Oop. I can do that one, and I can do that one. So I can just do them independently. What would make that not possible? That were also water. Or if it weren't possible to go up there backwards, I guess. That'd be possible if I moved that out of the way. So make that a wall. Okay, so I wanted a puzzle that required this kind of motion. How would I do such a thing? Let's just think about, let's put that by itself. No other fluff around it. Let's think what would require that motion. That, or another way of putting it, is when could that motion be necessary and another motion, another similar motion wouldn't also work? I don't really know. I don't have anything timing based, so I can't rely on like the simultaneity of the action. What if, okay, here we go. There's an idea. If it's on the other side, and we have like a corner like this. Would it be possible to get in there? I guess it's possible to get in there without that. I can just do that much. From this position, there's no other way of pushing that way. To be on that side of it. Okay, so this is a good way of forcing that move. Okay, so then the reason why that can't be done. Water there. Water there. Oh, but then I can't get in. Whatever, I can just do this. And that. The other way you think of doing that is by doing this. But I'm going to have to make that not an option somehow. Well, if that was water, that wouldn't be an option. Oop, oh, don't do that. This is bad. So I have to go in like this, that. I don't want to push that any further. I want to push it against that wall. I put water here. Okay, so that requires me to do... Oop. Oh, now the problem is I can't get down there in the orientation I want. Unless I... There's another bit up here. Right, so that lets me go up there and do this. I can do this. I have to do that. Then this. Like this. This is going well. Right, that's forced. Because what else can I do? So he's stuck. They make it less obvious that that's stuck. Obviously it's in a corner. That's obvious that that's stuck. What's the equivalent stuck situation? The equivalent stuck situation is that you're against that wall and there's like no way to get you away from that wall. So you could look like you're not too stuck. No, I definitely don't want that. Maybe with water would be fine. Oh, interesting. So if I have like two things like that there, what does that mean for pulling something out away from that wall? I could never do it from that position, right? So I could only ever pull something out into the water. True? Not necessarily, because I could do this. Wait. Yes, necessarily. Okay, so that's interesting, because that makes it look like this might be viable. I'm like, okay, well, it's fine, I can recover both of these, right? How do I recover that one? Without dropping it in the water. That's a nice thing. Okay, I like that a lot. So, now you're forced. You still can't turn around here, so you're still forced to go all the way up here, turn around like this, and go like this. I believe. If that one is the next thing you have to do. Next deduction is that never want to go against that wall. But the next deduction would be that I have to do one of them before the other. Like, I have to go and get this one somehow. I have to sort of leave that one alone. Why would that ever be the case, though? They're equivalent. Oh, that's another way of turning around there. I didn't even think about that. Until I just did it. Right. That's always going to be possible, so I might as well block that off. This is a problem, right? Why was that a problem? Why is that a problem? Not a problem. I just do this. No, hold on. I had reasons I couldn't do that. Now those reasons aren't true anymore. There's reasons I couldn't. Die. Let's step back a bit. I like a lot of the things I added, but go back to here. Back to here. So that had to be done. All right. Well, I guess there was no thing down there. That's what broke that. If I could lift that up. How can I make lifting both of those up be a problem? If it were not possible to push that way. It had to go that way. Then I'd end up knocking that one in the water. Yes, yes. So let's think about that. So I want to prevent this from being an option. Can I turn around and go up there? No. Okay. So I need that to be... I need that to be the only way you can go. In which case, there's going to be a wall here. That's easy enough. Just have to open that up, I think. Yes, I can turn around. This is bad. This is good. Necessary. If I do that, what can I do? Nothing. The only way to get these apart is like this. Can I bring them back down? No, not currently. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Forced to do that move. So that I can bring that up without knocking the other one in the water. And then I can do all the stuff that I wanted to do over here, which was to have water. Because I quite like that as an idea. I could do that elsewhere. I could do that earlier on, yeah. Or I could do it again. Be a repeated pattern, and we just like really drill it in. Which would be that there is water there, and that therefore there being a space here does not mean you can get something away from this wall, like it would in any other Sokoban game. So I can't like push this that way, and then because then that there's no recovering that, right? Except by losing the other one. Even then, I think not. In fact, even better, I could make that you can only get it onto that wall. Oh, as long so it needs to be not possible to get here, get behind it. That might be difficult. Want it to be more inviting to come down this way, effectively. Well, if I do that, I can then get this, can't I? No, I can't. Ooh. Alright, yes I can. Yeah, so that's broken. Unless, of course, that's not land. This isn't going to work, though. Okay, let's just take it step by step. That's up there. If there's all this space, it's still not possible to, like, get something away from that wall, is it? Or is it? No. Or... Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Ooh. Well, if pushing it that way is, like, obviously bad. That's water. Well, right now, I'm stuck. Okay, hold on. And another turning point. So not only do I have to go down here and do this, right? I do have to do that. If I lift them up, no, I don't have to do that at all. Right, because I've added all this stuff at the top. Yep. Every time I change something, I'm ruining my previous deductions. The point was that there was no way to just turn around and do all the stuff down here. In fact, that water there already breaks this, right? That water there already breaks this. Let's me lift them up. Lift them up one more. Yes. I can also just do so much more. That, do anything. what was the idea going to be? The idea was going to be that I guess that I couldn't turn around, whereas I can definitely turn around here. Going to be stuck in this way. A lot of what I've added up here from a puzzle. Okay, get rid of it. Back down to this. It's interesting. It's actually kind of complicated to get up there. Yeah. Now, if we do this, then do what? I'll go up there without putting that in there. Yes, I can. Oh. How do I make it not possible to turn around again? Not having that be water? Why is that water? I don't really remember. At this point, I have no way to... I do. No, I don't. I can do that again. Yeah, there's definitely a way to do this. Huh. Don't understand my own mechanics well enough. That's the problem here. You have to spend so much time with your own mechanics to understand them well enough to make good puzzles with them. I don't have that time. Still just turn around after doing this. That's the problem. I mean, I would not be able to turn around if I did this. Then none of this works as the way I intended. Means that sort of does. Now I cannot. I can just push them up though. Or is that going to be a problem? That is definitely not a problem. Maybe I just go back to the idea of that being a wall. That's a wall, then I definitely have to go and do this right. Well, because I can lift them up. Further. Nope, I don't have to do that. Okay, well, how do I force this move? I want that to be required. But this to be bad. The reason this is not bad is because I can just keep lifting them. Even further, but that bit has to be necessary. Or does it? What if I stop here? How would that work? What's going to be a wall there? That doesn't make sense. Why did that have to be a wall? It forced me to do this. That could have been water. That's water. Then do this. That. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Ooh, what if I have to do that? That's interesting. Okay. Also water there. Then another way round. Let's just do this for now. Let's put that in. Now, if I lift them up, what my options? My options are to push them down again. It's fine. Or to come around here, do what? Push them even further. Do that. Okay. Whereas this requires you to do this and that. Yeah, in order to get out of there, I'm going to have to do that. No, I'm not. Backwards. Oh, maybe that's part of it. Ooh, I have to walk back past this and then push that way. Side. So that I can do... Okay. Obviously I don't want to push that into that corner, then it's stuck forever. I might want to come down here and do this, and then that. But the problem could be that from this side, I'm unable to do something. This side, I'm unable to bring it that way. What am I unable to do? What am I unable to do? This side. A whole lot. Really flexible. Take them both this way. Okay, what if I limit this much more? So, I turn around at this point, but I can't go around that whichever way I like. I have to go around like that. Now I can get here. Yep. This. Now whatever I do with this, it's going to be bad. Okay, so now I can set up this situation again where I have this here, or even I have like this, as though we'd be able to get something away from that wall. You aren't able to get something away from that wall, right? Let me experiment by putting both of these up and one of them that way. Well, okay, now I can. You go in that water. Okay, if you're in that column, can I get you away from that column? Without dropping you in the water. Drops you in the water. To not drop you in the water, you'd have to be in that space, and I'd have to get there. I can do this, yeah, easily. Okay, so it has to be not possible to get into that space with my butt first. Those spaces at the top need to be gone. Similarly on the other side though, right? If I do this, come around here, there, I can just, yeah, easily get you away. Well, not if there's only one thing though. This situation, I cannot get you away from that wall. Sure, yes. Said that a lot. It's often not been true, but okay, in this case, I'd have to get there, my butt, and then turn into that space. Yeah, that's not possible. Okay. So the trick is to go around this backwards. Have I actually used this space for anything? Do that. And then recover this one. Going back around. I have to go hit backwards to do this. Doing... Yeah, basically I have to push this like this, back down this way. Okay. To get them where? Unless, of course, can I just like push through here and then turn around, come this way, and then do this? I could do. I want that to not be possible once I push this, I guess, the idea. Well, that could be blocked off. I haven't used that at all. We can lift that up. This. And of course, I could just take that away from that wall and still do this bit. In which case, maybe I don't need that. Yeah, let's think about it. So, I want to get both of these out of here. Oh, that has to be there. That's fine, because if I push it into that corner anyway, it doesn't matter. So This is going to be bad. Yes, there's no way out of this situation. Uh-huh. So to push one against that wall, then if it's against that wall, it's stuck against that wall. Okay. So then the only solution is to walk around here awkwardly, like this. Do that. Then bring that back down, which you can only do if you push this through this side. Ooh, how do I do that? Wait, can that now be water again? That can now be water again, can't it? Sure, it lets me do this. So what? The so what is that? No, it doesn't let me turn into there either in any of that orientation. I mean, that is bad. Okay, so but that is necessary. Then I can push this, which is good. I can lift it up. I can push it there. Will not lose access to it, I guess. Push it there. This back down. Why do I want to not lose access to it? I could just get rid of it now, right? Assuming I'm using it to bridge over something. Any reason why that one would need to be first? Nope. Unless this happened when one of them was sticky. The sticky one needs to be second, for whatever reason. Ooh, I like that. Okay. And this is just about bringing both of these this way. I can make it so that, in theory, make it so that you have to. So now I can go back up this way. No, I can't. How about after I've pushed that once more, actually? Let's just put water here and here. And I'll leave a note to myself that this could be more interesting if I do it at the time of the sticky logs. This is doable, right? So I have to go around here and do this. Then I have to do this. That's Okay, and I keep skipping over the fact that I need to at some point teach. That might go before that. Teach basic block pushing. Basic block pushing. What's like a relatively tricky maneuver to do with a box in this movement scheme? I guess like taking it around like a staircase pattern might be interesting. Oops, up there. If we bring a box in here, oops. Where's this going forwards? Right. Just do that. Unless, of course, there's water around. To go and do this one, I have to stand there. Why don't I just get rid of that? Make water. That can also be water. But that choice or that choice. Make either of them not possible. Do I step everywhere? No, not everywhere. We can do that rather than do that. Okay, well that's good enough. Something. little easy box pushing thing. Could be that. Okay, interesting. We come into here, but this bit's open. Can't actually. I guess I can turn around now. So rather than this being the exit is to keep it in a particular row. Because I can do this now. Which means the whole thing can turn backwards. I don't really want to turn backwards, do I? Okay, another idea is that this comes down this way. That was one of the things I did, right? Is get it into this row. But if you cross over this way, am I overcomplicating this? Maybe I'm overcomplicating it. It was good enough as a little thing, wasn't it? Oh. Okay. Does have to be water. If it weren't water, what would it allow me to do? Into that corner, or me standing that? Not why that would ever be useful. But actually, no, I think we can get rid of this water, can't we? It doesn't change the substance of this puzzle. Yeah, this is still the same. Guess that space could just not exist entirely. True. Also do a situation where there's a to another like water only level. Yeah. Well, water at the top. And then box against there. This could come after the level where we're forced to like pull something away from the edge. Or a level where windmilling is necessary. I mean, it's certainly not necessary here. Is it ever necessary, to be honest? I guess it would be necessary if this wasn't water. Then there was extra land down here. Not necessary at all. I can just walk up here and do this. Push it with my butt. Can't believe I'm making so many levels with just single blocks and see the sausage roll movement. I mean, this is kind of unnecessary. I mean, this is totally pointless right now. Well, that's kind of interesting. If that were water, I don't mind this as a way of like, maybe this could be the first way to get a box or something. That doesn't need to be anything. How do I get it? Well, I have to get past it. Bring it back. Then come back in here, forwards, do that. Whatever reason, I need that to be on that wall. So probably the reason would be that this wall ends. How much space do I need to do that? I have to push that way and push it back. That requires 2 spaces. Oh, I guess I could also do that. I don't have to turn around fully. Wait, do I have to turn around fully? Yes. And that's kind of fun that you have to go on one side and then on the other side. Well, that's also kind of fun. So that could just be like that. Yeah. Oh, interesting. And that's... Oh, did not mean to edit. Okay. And then... That's how I get down there in the... that's how I get down there in the first place. Push it down. Yeah. Then you have to go past this. That way around. Push it back. Go underneath and do that. It's fun. Just finding a bunch of fun things to do with little blocks and Steven Sausage Roll movement. I keep not doing what I intended to do, which is just have a very, very simple... This is blocks. They get in your way. But they also help. I need to close my blinds. Okay. I mean, this is a fine approach to making the game. It's just like keep finding little interesting things to do, and then at the end I'll piece them together and stick anything between that needs to go between. All the simple stuff can just be added at the end, I guess. What have I got? I've got that little movement only, then we've got boxes. Little boxes by themselves. This requires a nudge. This requires the little side swipe. This requires pulling away from the edge. In this. And that. And then this is the nightmare like dependency problem. And this could be the first time I introduce a double block. Because I like the idea that I have, ooh, yeah, okay. There could be before you get to this area, there could be a crossing that's too wide. And the crossing that's one wide, but if you go across it, you can't actually turn. That's an idea. I like that. Let me make a note about that. Or just do it. It needs to not be possible to bring that through though. Ooh, can I make a situation where a single block couldn't be brought up, but a double block could be? I definitely could make that situation. Okay, let's add a bunch of space to the left of here. I need more actually. See. Right, so if I bring a single block out here, I could easily just have it be stuck by the fact that it will fall into water, whereas the other one will hang over. Yeah, okay, this is easy. Easy peasy. Water. And there's going to be land, like, here. Come down here backwards, come around here, push that up. Single block cannot go up. Right, so if I brought that back this way, it would stick out over there, I'd be able to walk around and lift it up. Whereas if I brought that out, no way to lift it up without it just going in the water. And there's no way to get those without using that. Okay, so I need to make sure that if you use this to get those two, and then brought those out this way, you'll be able to do something because you'll be able to push one of them in the water and then you'll be able to get access to the other one. But there's going to be a crossing of two to get across, right? So yeah, we're good. We're good. There'll be a crossing of two. Let's add more space. Why don't I just copy it? Oh. Because then I do stuff like that. I like the idea that there's possibility of a one space crossing. A two space crossing, but the one space crossing actually doesn't work. Let's say I was coming in from the top here. And then the way out is there. I filled that in. I'd be able to walk across forwards, but not be able to go north. I'd be able to walk across backwards and look north, but then not be able to actually go down that way. So you need the double across this. Possibly wants the entrance to not be here, actually, and actually to be here. Because I could place this, like, right here. To tease. Then you actually have to bring it through down this way. You need to get these. But if you brought it down this way, then you'd be going past this area straight away. So that would be like a consideration immediately. Whereas if you brought it down this way, yeah, put it down this way, then these would be the main initial consideration. Oh, but I need it to not be possible to put that in that space, don't I? This is one of the troubles with puzzle design is like, sure, even if you build up your set of deductions that need to happen from one stage to another, it's so, I mean, particularly when you have like a relatively complex, I mean, this state space isn't even that complex, but, well, when you have a reasonably like dynamic system, it's very easy to make a small change somewhere that completely ruins one of your earlier deductions. Even if you thought it might not. Like it's hard to keep in mind every single component that is required to keep one of your deductions valid. If I hadn't remembered that, then it'd be a problem. Cannot allow that to be on that row. I mean, I could just make this not too wide thing. There's really no reason for it to be. Oh no, there is, because I have to reach around the other side of it. The other side could not be. Yeah. Be like this. Oh, that. In which case, this could be even deeper. I don't like that that looks like you can just get it. Whereas if I do it like that, if you fill this in first, thinking, oh, just go and get that. Oh, well, how will you do that? Oh, it's stuck against that wall. Hee. Tantalizingly close. Yeah, that's fun. And you also can't just go down this way. It's so tantalizingly close. You have to go and do some other stuff first. Namely this. This. And the fun thing is, okay, hold on, I need to think about this afterwards actually. But so okay, so let's just do this bit. However I do it. How do I do it? Oh, I have to come back in, don't I? Going around. Up like this. Do that. This. Now I have access to this. I have to turn around to access it. I can push that over. I can come in here and do this. What if I, because I can walk this backwards, can't I? Can I? No. No, I cannot walk this backwards. Okay. So no, I have to do this. Okay, that's fine. Oh, but then if that's the exit, I could make it so that I have to do... no, it doesn't work. Oh, also, this is the problem, but I can make that not a problem, that's fine. It would be quite fun if this was the entrance here. I had to like first push this past and bring it back. Right now that's not doable. Probably make it doable. But then you still can't come around this way, right? Like that's the whole point of this thing. Is it's a block. It's a crate only system. Yeah. I could still make it require that you have to bring it out and then back in order to be able to lift it up, I guess. One thing I wanted to check on the way through this was that there's no point at which I can... If I take that out, that doesn't help anything. I can't access the thing over there. I can't even get any of these. It's impossible to get any of those blocks. If I do this, here, or even, yeah, if I do this, get both of these. Fine, I can just go back up. I still can't do anything up here, right? How would I be able to? Like, they're stuck against this wall. One of them would have to at least go in that water. Then I've only got one, which is not enough to cross this gap and actually get somewhere. Yeah, this is great. I actually really like this bit. Now, yes, it would be great if that cube could start there, that box could start there, but that this section actually led into that section. If possible. It's definitely possible. It might require a few changes. If I opened up that space, would that change what I can do with this? So I have to do this at the beginning. Would it make it easier to bring that down? It sure would. However, that space in the top right doesn't need to be open, does it? It doesn't. That space there. I don't think for any of that did I use that space. Not using that space, not using that space, not using that space. Okay. Well then let's fill that in. Even though I quite like that it's a square room, but puzzle over symmetry. Right, this is still doable like this. Yep. And if I opened up that space, what was that for? That was so I could, oh, it could be water. Double water. What would that mean? That would mean I do this. I can grab you. What means there's now a different way of doing that, basically. Yeah, that's sad. That's necessary Is that... maybe there's other ways I can do this. Let me leave that as it is. The issue is when I bring this one out. I wanted to have to take it back that way, back and forth, and then up. Once you get here, it's stuck. Is it stuck? Is it necessarily stuck? What if that were open? Would that change that? I know. Say that were water. What would that do to this bit? Does it affect it in any meaningful way? I still can't go up and down there. I can go up and down here. Not really, this is basically the same puzzle. Oh, except I can do that. Right. Yeah, okay, that does affect it. You can just spin around and push it down. Okay. Let's just solve the puzzle. There. You go there. I could probably now come up with a nicer setup for this as well. It's a little less obvious what you have to do. Because I think I designed some of this to avoid the trunk mechanic being around, but that's not a problem anymore. So you go this way. Then you go up this way. Fine. You come this way. This way. And go in here, they can grab you. Turn around. Every time. Okay, I grab you and push you over that space. Oh, idea. I could make it look like bringing it this way is fine, because that could be water. Because the important part of this is that I have to go forwards, not backwards. Like, somebody could push it down there. Then it would be stuck, but... yeah, sure, let's just leave it like that. I quite like the way that looks. Looks less... I don't like it when there's like obvious turning spots. They just look a little weirdly unnatural. Not that any of this looks natural, but anyway. So I just did all that and then didn't actually think about what I wanted to think about, which was okay. So I get that across there. I want it to go up, but without disrupting any of this. If I bring you into here, I don't really have a way to bring you down, except I do. I mean, that'd be kind of interesting. How necessary is that wall for this bit of the puzzle? If that wall's not there, is this like considerably easier? No. No. It's basically the same. Okay. Don't think that wall's important, which means, which means I can bring the thing down this way, nudge it that way, bring it back up, bring it over here. That would be fun. By my definition of fun. Because then that's teaching you that you can balance it like this, which is kind of a useful thing to learn. And it's using this space for multiple purposes, which I quite like. Push it over, then bring it back up the other way, and then push it that direction. Hold on, let's split these off for now. There, like that. So, okay, so do this, do that, this, go there, go there. We can probably reduce the amount of stuff going on down here as well. But I'll think about that later. I want to get you. Sure, you just go down there. Do I do this? Do I normally go in the other way around? Maybe. You go in there. I need to go backwards. So I can do this. And you up here. I need to turn around. Oop. Let's just double check. This isn't a valid way to proceed, right? No, because I'm going to push that over. Because I enter that room. Okay. That's easy to confirm. That's not valid. So I have to do this, that, this. Down here, go through here like this. Then turn around down here. I always forget. Now this is like set up to make you think maybe it could go that way, but no. You have to learn that you can push, not only can you push it over the river, you can like push it over with your trunk a little bit further. And then with that, you come up here, push that left. I want it to be not possible to lift this up from here. I guess that's going to be the interesting thing. And then bring this round. You have to take it down. Push it over. Back up. This will be fun. Maybe. It needs to be open. Probably. Almost certainly yes, without affecting anything. Think about that. I mean, this start bit's going to be different anyway. Yeah, that doesn't affect anything. Okay, cool. Now I can move this bit on top. Perhaps even that water could be connected to that water. It's for fun. And then this square can start there. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. This is satisfying, and I can't believe I'm not even touching the main mechanic of the game yet. I guess that's going to mean there's like a lot of exciting stuff for people who play. Like it might be like, oh, this is actually quite fun, and then whoa, actually, there's even more to do. Assuming I can make enough puzzles for everything. I also need to do art at some point. It might just have to be quick and simple. Okay, so let's move this up there. Did somebody say there was a way of doing block copying? Puzzle script. I like control shift. No. I don't want to do something that's gonna. Let's. In fact, this is a good time to make a backup. Okay. Alt. Oh, there we go. Alt click. How does this work if I do that? Oh my gosh, this is going to change my life. Oh no, whoa. Okay, so it probably has to match the size. I have no idea what size it was. There we go. Okay, it has to match the size vertically only. Okay, that's good. What was that? Alt, yeah, Alt. Okay, so what wants to happen is that you start there. So that, and then we aren't starting down here at all. We're starting up here, PQ. So then the T's is that like that can just go in there. Then you actually can't get anywhere. You need the double bridge. So then you end up pulling this out, you take it downwards. Okay, so this stuff is not necessary right now. However, what does need to happen is that whatever gets brought up here is forced to be a double. Oh, so that needs to be too wide. Ooh, this might be tricky actually. How tricky is it? Not that tricky at all. I can just put the water like there. In fact, did that ever need to be... That can be water. That can be water. There's still room for me to go through. Right? No, there's not. I don't know my own mechanics. I mean, okay, that could just be a wall. Wall all the way up, and then the block's never coming away from it. I can only extract a single block out here. That's not true. I can extract two, so I need to be protect against two. Ah, okay. Can't just be a wall. In fact, there's going to be water joined up with this, I guess. Whatever. Why not? So now, I guess the thing is, if I brought a block up this way, it would fill in this. Okay, so we do have a problem. I quite like the previous system I had, which was that only if I had a double block. I mean, I could just take them around the corner and have exactly the same setup I had before. There's be room for a two wide thing to come up. Also a single and a single. Let's just keep it as it was, I think, and just force things to come around the corner. I don't have to design something new. It was like that. This can stay. These just need to move to... six rows. Be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that's exactly the right size area. Okay, so I'm saying what I want is I lift the thing up here. Will this work? Or is it along that road inside? Okay, so this is going to be connected like this. That can be water and water, and that allows me, gives me a way to hook around whenever I brought up. And when I take it this way, if I brought two things, they both sink. Oh no, it's okay to bring two things. I forgot about that. Yeah, it's totally fine to bring two. Because the other one would just have to go in there. You basically just end up swapping one block for one block. Oh, now I want to do that again. Yeah, I can make this considerably simpler, can't I? Can I? Oh, because if this block is starting up here, then I need to be able to take it down. So if I'm taking it down, it probably is also able to come up. That's not necessarily true. Definitely not necessarily. But maybe this is just the easiest thing to do, and then I don't have to worry anymore. That feels like a complete level. Oh, I can't believe I've just learned about this alt clicking. Whoa. Ah, there we go. Okay, let's do it. Let's try and just cross here. I can't. Woo. So I obviously have to do something else with this. I'll just put it there and like hope to get across. What else are you for? I mean, let's go down here and see what we can do. We do anything. Get you in there. Then what? Go in there. That. Perfect. Okay, so obviously I need to use this for something. Oh, how am I going to take it down? I haven't thought about that. Well, I just do. Whoop. Whoop. This way, bring it down. This way. Has to be too wide. Could require that you do this. I could put water here. But then this is making it more obviously like this. Well, it would be obvious anyway. More water? Sure. Okay, let's play it. And then think about what I'm going to do with the double blocks now that I've, well, not just double blocks, but like any shaped block. Well, the problem is then I don't have to do this trick on here. I actually prefer that I force it to go the other way. Okay, so in fact, let's do this instead. Even though I guess I've just done that trick. Same trick. Oh well. Oh well. Go down here. You are forced to go down this side. I can't go past you unless I come back down like this. I have to push you that way. Then, okay, this is kind of fun. I'll have to turn around like that to grab you to take you this way. Okay, cool. I really hope I haven't missed an alternative way of solving this puzzle. How do I get you? Oh no, no, this is doable. Hey, it's good when you question the own the actual possibility of your own puzzle. I have to turn around there. Okay, that over. Yeah. Round, grab you from this side, then to lift you up I have to do a bunch of stuff. I'll stick you all the way over here, bring you all the way down here. I'm so mean. At least it's all different. Potentially by changing the shape of this I could make this more interesting as well. But I'll think about that later. Slide that way. Go up this way. That's here. Go up, 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 up. Ooh. Ah. I have a problem. I have a problem. How would I sweep that way? I mean, I could just add an extra row. Just add an extra row. Boom. Get rid of that bit. Oh, now I've got to solve it again. Whatever, one more test. There we go. Da, da, da. How do I do this? There we go. Yeah. There's definitely way more room down there than is necessary, but sometimes giving extra room is a good thing. Nicer experience. What am I doing here? Yes. In fact, there are actually two ways of doing that, aren't there? Push it up. Yeah, I don't really mind. Do that. Down here, turn around, go backwards. There we go, I remembered that time. Push it over. I can grab it from the other side. This. I can't lift it up without taking it that way. I can't go through that way, it's a one-way passage, so I have to do all this. Cool. Everything has a multi-purpose. That's always fun. Yeah, like this puzzle that is a single block puzzle turns into a tutorial for maneuvering the double block, which is exciting. Oh, not like that. Oh, okay. So I needed to. This is the one thing I didn't do, because there needs to be space for me to turn up there. I mean, there's no real reason for that to be a wall, is there? Then we push that in. We put it there. Walk around there. We nudge it up. Go back. Wait, can we walk around there? It's there. Up. This. Turn backwards. Go down there backwards. That swipe up. there, go back up, turn around, go up there, lift it up, put it there. That's definitely possible. Okay. Whew. Okay, I got a bunch of fun stuff. I do find that this steps up quite sharply. Like all this stuff is pretty simple, then there's boom. I mean, that's not. I don't think it's that difficult of a puzzle. It's just more of a global puzzle. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, now multi-block puzzles. So I guess what's interesting about multi-block puzzles is they can cross spaces that, sorry, multi-block shapes is that they can cross spaces that would otherwise, I mean, Sim Sausage Roll has a puzzle that's basically just that, otherwise seem uncrossable. I could do a similar puzzle to that actually. You just go into a room and there's just lots of water that you have to push the thing across. And you maybe have to approach it from a few different sides in order to get it across properly. Sounds reasonable. Yeah. And then after multi-block puzzles, we go to the actual game. Hmm. I might actually go to bed now and have, for once, a normal night's sleep. That's probably sensible. Already got an idea for a multi-block puzzle. Got a few ideas actually. One would be, let me mark them down, I guess. What's that level in Steven's Sausage Roll called where you have to cross the right at the start? Let's go on YouTube and check. Steven's Sausage Roll. Mute my desktop audio, so let's go through. Let's check the speed run. Oh, yes, it's muted. Cool. That one. That one. What's it called? Happy Pool. Happy Pool. Okay, I'll make a note for myself. Happy Pool style puzzle. I also thought about the idea of having a single block. Well, that could be another similar type thing. Okay. Push single block through maze using multi-blocks. What about one where there's a single block encased in block? I'll mark it down as an idea. Small block encased inside large ring block, I guess. I can't believe I'm not even at the trunk-based puzzles yet. Well, I think I could make a good few of these multi-block puzzles quite quickly tomorrow, so I'll probably be able to get to the meat tomorrow, which is sort of important because tomorrow is Thursday, and one day after that. But I've got all of Friday, sort of. Not all of Friday. I might be going over the 48 hours if I use too much of Friday. Hmm. Sort of stop timing, although I could look at my videos, but then it's not like I was constantly doing the game the entire video length. I shouldn't care too much about the time, I don't think. As long as it's roughly 48 hours, I think that's fine. I just won't do too much on Friday. Okay. How much time do I need to do the art? A few hours. That means I do kind of really need to do like the rest of the puzzles tomorrow evening. Maybe a little bit on Friday. I was planning to do like really nice art and maybe even music and give it a little story, but there's definitely not time for that. That could be the post-jam stuff. I'm back to it. Okay, bedtime. Okay, not a bad day. All right, goodbye.